What is going on, everybody? I am the FDGURU, bringing to you guys a Monday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. As usual, I will be talking about the main slate using FanDuel salaries. We have 9 games on the main slate, 3 early games starting at 6:40 Eastern. That'll be on my Dub Club like all non-main slates. We also have a 3-game after-hour slate at 9:40 Eastern. So a couple of slates to be playing over on Dub Club, as well as other things that I provide on that platform. Main slate, obviously, on my website, FD-GURU.com. I will be doing a Guru credit code for you guys in this video today to throw out some free credits your way. As usual, I will be giving you that code after the first couple of my plays. I'll talk about pitcher, I'll talk about a couple infield bats and a couple outfield bats. We do have a Coors Field game, a rare matchup where the Red Sox are in Coors Field tonight. Obviously, the best offense to target with the highest over-under on this slate. But luckily, we have some cheap pitching options we can get to as the best value plays. And it allows us to spend up on the Red Sox and other guys. So we'll get right into pitcher tonight. The best value play, and it's kind of not close, is Spencer Arrighetti on the Astros. Only $7,600. Great matchup in Oakland. It is an 8.5 over-under, so it's a little bit higher than usual for Oakland, but that's because the Astros are in town. They're minus 150 favorites against Hogan Harris, the lefty on the Athletics. Love Arrighetti tonight. A pretty high ERA, but he is, I think, a rookie, so he was a little shaky coming into the league. He's been good as of late. Got kind of rocked in Toronto, giving up 6 runs, but other than that game, 3 out of his last 4 starts have been phenomenal. 61 against the Rockies, 27 against the Twins, and then coming off of his most recent game, 40 against the Rangers. So he's strung together some pretty good outings. Really, really good spot for him tonight. He has already pitched against Oakland a couple of times. One of the times was in Houston. He got 30 fantasy points. The second time was at Oakland. Same matchup he has tonight, and he went 5 innings with 7 Ks and 27 fantasy points. He's projected for 32 tonight, which is up there with the best of them. Really, really good price at $7,600. I think Arrighetti is the best value for pitcher tonight. I also like Bryce Miller. Great matchup against the Angels. He's had a couple of good games. Really 3 pretty good games. At $8,600, if he gets you, anywhere from 28 to 36 fantasy points, you're going to be feeling pretty good. He has shown a pretty high ceiling this year. He has a 43 in there, a 40, a 55, a 49. Angels are not a great hitting team. He's at home. He's a minus 162 favorite in a pretty low over-under at 7.5. So Bryce Miller, not a bad play. He's fairly cheap at sub 9K. And then if you wanted to look at guys to spend up on, we have Houck in Colorado. That's a tough one. Ranger Suarez hasn't looked good as of late. You could spend up on Cole Ragans at 10.9. We all know what his ceiling is. One of the best pitchers in the league. He is at home. He is a big favorite, minus 155 against the Diamondbacks. I just think the price is a little too high, and I do think we're going to want to spend up on bats tonight. So I don't think it's the right way to go. Again, if you wanted to pick Ragans, go for it. We all know he's the best pitcher on this slate tonight. So you're paying up, but you're getting what you're paying for. I think it's better to go down to a guy like Arrighetti and a guy like Bryce Miller. For the infield, I do like the Astros. I think Yonder Diaz is a good value play at sub 3K. Righty-lefty matchup against Hogan Harris. He's looked pretty good as of late. He's having a pretty solid year. He's been one of the guys, though, that whenever I seem to pick him, he doesn't do much. I haven't picked him that much this year, so I'm not going to get too worked up about it. He is batting .284 with 52 RBIs. He's projected to bat cleanup on an Astros team, projected to score runs tonight. He has Altuve, Bregman, and Yordan Alvarez hitting in front of him, so more often than not, he gets up to the plate with guys on base. So I like this play at 2,900. I think it's too cheap on him. Hitting for average, not exactly hitting for power. He did hit a homer 2 games ago. But, all in all, for a catcher, he is definitely, a well above average catcher on the offensive end, batting 284. Yainer Diaz looks pretty good as a value play. Second infield play, we want to look at the Red Sox. We want to try to get as many Red Sox as possible. I know they're all like over 4K, but, it's for good reason. Rafael Devers, 4,400. Austin Gomber, not good on the Rockies, the lefty. I'm not worried about guys like Jarren Duran and Rafael Devers with the lefty-lefty matchup because chances are Gomber's not going to pitch to these guys more than 2 at-bats. So Devers, Duran could easily get, 2 to 3 at-bats against the bullpen, against righties. So I'm not too torn up about the lefty-lefty matchup. I do like Devers at 4,400. He's projected some of the most fantasy points on the slate. Saw his fantasy score on Prize Picks at 8.5. Way too low for Coors Field. So I would jump on that. I think that's going to jump up to 9 or 9.5 fantasy by the time the game starts tonight. I do like Devers. Red Sox in a really good spot tonight against Gomber. For that Guru credit code, go to my website, FD-GURU.com. You have to be signed in. Doesn't take long to make an account. You get some free credits when you first sign up. No credit card required. Go to the shop page where you buy all your usual credits, and you can get the main slate with these credits of all my content. I have a little coupon bar here, and it's the date JUL for July 22 MLB. All caps, JUL 22 MLB. And hit apply coupon. You will get 10 credits into your balance. We have the NFL's coming up. 5-6 weeks until the NFL starts up. Excited for that. Looking to find a great stride with the MLB. It's been a little bit of a lackluster season thus far, but still plenty of time to do some big things for this MLB season as we get into the busy parts of DFS. For the outfield, I do think, a guy like Duran, a guy like Tyler O'Neill, these guys you want in your lineups tonight. I like O'Neill. They have him projected batted 5th. I think he's going to be batting 3rd or 4th tonight with the righty-lefty matchup. Coming off of a 2-homer game against the Dodgers 2 games ago, this guy's having a pretty solid year. He was on the IL for, 2 weeks with a concussion, and he still has 18 homers. Unfortunately, when he hits home runs, guys are not on base because he only has 35 RBIs. Batting 260, pretty decent. I'd like to see that at 270, 275, but O'Neill's been great. He's a power hitter. Coors Field is a home run ballpark. It's a really good match. I do think Tyler O'Neill is worth the spend up tonight at 4,100. And then our last play is going to be a bare minimum value play here. We got to make sure he's batting, atop this lineup, but he did last game. Victor Robles coming over from the Nationals to the Mariners. Projected to bat 2nd, and he's only $2,300. Draws a righty-lefty matchup against Tyler Anderson, who's been good this year with a 3 ERA, but I still like saving money on Victor Robles. 288 average. He's been good with them since coming over. 3-game hitting streak. He has 5 stolen bases in his last 4 games, which is kind of crazy. Again, we're going to have to wait on this confirmed lineup. It is a 9:40 Eastern game, but usually these late games still release their lineups by main slate lock. We also have a 7:20 lock tonight, which is, 15 minutes later than usual. So it gives us some time for these late game lineups to come out. Robles could be a really, really good punt play if he's batting in the heart of this Mariners lineup tonight against Tyler Anderson. That'll do it for this video, guys. Let's have a nice night to start our week off. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Use that Guru credit code. Give this video a like, subscribe. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.